When Lisa made that joke, I remember the room going completely quiet. It happened at a small dinner party with close friends we'd known for years. The night had been filled with laughter and playful teasing until she looked at me across the table, smirked, and said, "I regret marrying you." Everyone laughed awkwardly, waiting for me to respond. I managed a strained smile and said, "Same here." The laughter stopped instantly. The air felt heavy, and Lisa froze for a moment before forcing out a nervous chuckle. But for me, something shifted that night. When our guests left, Lisa turned on me, accusing me of humiliating her, as if what she'd said hadn't mattered at all. "It was just a joke," she insisted. But I was done pretending it didn't hurt. For years, she'd made me the target of her jokes, about my job, my clothes, even how I spoke. I had told myself that love meant patience, that I should let it slide. But that evening, I finally realized I had become the butt of every joke in my own marriage. The next morning, I got up early and went for a long walk. The crisp air cleared my mind. I didn't feel angry anymore, just disappointed, mostly in myself for allowing things to reach that point. I decided there would be no more arguing, no more trying to explain. I would be calm, deliberate, and distant. In the weeks that followed, I changed quietly. I stopped trying to win her approval. When she made a cutting remark, I didn't react. When she asked for something, I answered politely but briefly. Lisa began to notice. "What's going on with you lately?" she asked one evening. I just smiled and said, "Nothing at all." But inside, I was already moving on, piece by piece. I started investing in myself again. I joined a gym, updated my wardrobe, and reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with because of her criticism. I even enrolled in a business course I'd always wanted to take. Bit by bit, my confidence came back. People noticed, so did Lisa's friends. They told her I seemed happier, more self-assured. Lisa, however, became uneasy. Her jokes grew fewer, her tone more uncertain. She tried to make conversation, but I no longer shared my thoughts so freely. I'd learned something important. Not everyone deserves your openness, especially someone who mocks it. She started getting defensive. "Why are you acting like this? Are you seeing someone?" she demanded. I didn't respond. Let her wonder, I thought. A few weeks later, her birthday came around. Normally, I would go all out, plan surprises, buy gifts, book a nice dinner, bring flowers. But this time, I didn't do any of it. When she mentioned it that morning, I simply said, "Happy birthday, Lisa," and left for work. That night, she cried. It was the first time I had seen her genuinely hurt by something I did, or didn't do. But instead of guilt, I felt an odd sense of calm. For once, she was experiencing what I had felt for years, being taken for granted. The next day, she tried to fix things. She cooked dinner, gave me compliments, even threw in an awkward apology disguised as a joke. I thanked her politely but stayed distant. My silence said more than any argument could. That silence made her realize that not all wounds can be healed with a simple sorry. Weeks later, Lisa found out I'd been promoted and was heading abroad for a business trip. She looked both proud and uneasy, like she knew I was slowly slipping away. Before I left, she hugged me tightly and whispered, "I don't want to lose you." I gave her a faint smile and replied, "Then you shouldn't have made me feel like I wasn't worth keeping." During that trip, I had time to reflect. I came to understand that revenge doesn't always mean causing pain. Sometimes it means reclaiming your self-respect, your peace, your sense of worth. That was my quiet revenge, becoming better without bitterness. When I came back, she welcomed me warmly, but the distance between us was impossible to ignore. We were just two people sharing a space, pretending to be what we once were. A month later, I told her I wanted to separate. She looked stunned. "You can't be serious," she said, "after everything we built." I met her eyes and said calmly, "You destroyed it yourself, one careless joke at a time." There were tears, endless conversations, and memories that tried to pull me back. But I didn't stay. I walked away for good. Now, a year later, I live in a new apartment. I've grown, in my career, in my confidence, in my peace of mind. Lisa still sends the occasional message, saying she regrets what happened. And I believe her. But that doesn't change anything. Some lessons can only be learned through loss. I don't hate her anymore. In fact, I hope she finds happiness. But I'll never forget the night she joked about regretting our marriage, and how, in that very moment, I silently agreed. That was the night I began rebuilding myself, piece by piece, and finally reclaimed the respect I had lost.